Okay, so one of the issues that I wanted to talk about was helmet hair. And here is an example of helmet hair or hat hair. You wear a helmet or a hat, and what happens is it flattens out and then it flips up on the ends if you have certain hairstyles. And I'm bringing this up because it's an issue. It's been an issue between my husband and me, and it's not something I've ever heard anybody talk about, but I think it needs to be addressed for both on the men's side and the women's side. So I'm going to talk to the men first and say that appearance is important to a woman. And generally, not always, but generally women have longer hair than men. In our case, that is true. And it takes time to fix a woman's hair and to make herself look nice. She wants to not only look nice for the world, but she wants to look nice in the mirror to herself. And that's important to a woman. It just is. So I just want to just bring awareness to the fact that if you want to go out for a bike ride with your companion, and it may seem like a great time to you, it may not be a great time for her because she might have something coming up later in the day, and then she's going to have to get ready and do her hair, and she'll need time for that. And that's just an issue. It's an issue that needs to be talked about. It's an issue that needs to be discussed. And one of the ways that we've kind of discussed it is what we do is that we just communicate about it. I think he's come to the realization that, I take longer to get ready than he does. And so he tries to, it's not out of the blue like, hey, let's go for a bike ride. But we try to plan it like first thing in the morning, or even better, the day before, where we can say, when is a good time to go? And work around that, because it's important to the woman. And if this is going to be successful, then you both have to feel like, your needs are being met. Talking to the women, please bear in mind that your companion is wanting to do something with you. That is an awesome thing. When we were first married, we did a lot of things together, and then, kids came along and stuff, and I got busy and things like that. And he kept asking me, do you want to do this? And sometimes I would say no. And the reason I would say no is because I had reasons, but I had to. One of the big reasons was, my hair and getting ready and looking nice was important to me. And so it would sometimes just be inconvenient. The timing was just bad. But I also had to realize that here my husband was wanting to do something with me. So I had to really look hard at what was most important to me. And number one, I wanted to have a good relationship with him, and he liked to do those things, and I did too. I wanted to do things with him, and here he was asking me instead of going off and asking his friends. And so I thought that was something I wanted to take advantage of, and that I needed to appreciate a little bit more. And the other thing is that I really wanted to be fit. I want to be healthy. I didn't want to feel like he could go off and do all these things, but I had to sit home because I wasn't able to do them. I wanted to be able to do some of the same things that he did. Maybe not at the same level, but still some of those things. And so as much as looking nice for other people mattered to me, I had to make some sacrifices too in order to do things with him, in order to fulfill those other two desires of mine. And so, we found a balance where we communicate now, and I let my hair go sometimes. I live with helmet hair. If we can coordinate it where it works out for both of us, great. But if not, then I really ask myself, how important is it that I have the most beautiful coiffed hair? Maybe it's not today. And I haven't been disappointed because I've always enjoyed the time that we've spent together and the relationship that we've built. And so I want to encourage you to really consider that. Consider, your companion's feelings, and try to think about building that relationship and prioritizing, what really matters most. And so maybe helmet hair is okay. Think about it and you decide.